Good morning. This is call number 2022-27011 in the interest of Scarlett Aragon. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Where?
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Sandra Barroso. I'm the custodian parent.
All right, and representing the mother?
Myself.
Okay. Sir, your name and your relationship to
Victor
the child?
Victor Hugo Aragon. I'm the father of Scarlett.
All right, and representing the father?
Ebony Williams, Your Honor.
Representing the Attorney General, State of Texas?
Andrea Eoff.
All right, we've got an original petition and a suit affecting parent-child relationship. We're having a hearing. Is that correct, Ms. Eoff?
Yes, Your Honor, we're having a hearing on just one issue. The parties have worked out an agreed order regarding everything else. When you're ready, I can tell you what they've stipulated to.
Yes, let's read those stipulations into the record, please.
All right, Your Honor. The parties stipulate that Victor Aragon is Scarlett's father and owes a duty of support. The parties stipulate that they will be joint managing conservators, with Ms. Barroso being the conservator who designates the child's primary residence within Harris County and counties contiguous to Harris County. The parties stipulate that Mr. Aragon will provide private health and dental insurance through a source other than his employment. The parties stipulate that Mr. Aragon will pay child support in the amount of $561 a month beginning September 1st, 2022, and continuing every month thereafter. The parties stipulate that there will be a judgment for retroactive child support in the amount of $1,487.55 to be paid at $58 a month beginning September 1st, 2022. The parties stipulate that there will be no finding of non-disclosure in this order, and they stipulate that they will have a standard possession order beginning February 1st, 2025, when this child is 3. The only issue in dispute is how the phased possession periods will be divided, and they've worked out 3 phases. The issue before the court is how long they will spend in each phase.
Okay, is this so far, is this your agreement, Ms. Barroso?
Sorry?
So far, is this your agreement?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and Ms. Williams, so far, is this your and your client's agreement?
Yes, sir. I didn't know we had stipulated to the standard possession beginning at 3 years old. We wanted that, if that was to be ordered by the court, that's fine, but I don't know if we're going to stipulate to that particular issue. So that's still to be determined.
All right, so the issues then, again, Ms. Eoff, is how many phases?
Visitation in general, Your Honor. Sorry.
Okay, in other words, somebody's saying that they want the modified visitation to continue until the child is 3 years old and then go to standard possession order. Is that basically what it's about, Ms. Williams?
Yes, so Your Honor, our position is we believe that it should go to an overnight visitation earlier than just 3. we believe based on, and testimony will show, Your Honor, that there has already been, Mr. Aragon has been given overnight visitation before and unsupervised visitation, and we don't believe that those step up
Okay.
visitation should be as long.
All right, so let's proceed then, Ms. Eo.
All right. Your Honor, the state would like to call Ms. Barroso.
Okay,
Ms. Barroso, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How old is Scarlett at this point in time?
6 months.
And how would you like the phased periods of possession to go? What sort of visitation would you like to see at this point in time?
I was looking for the Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5, up until she's 1.5. After that, do the one night from 1.5 to 2. And then once she's 2, she could do an all weekend overnight until she's 3. And then we'll go to the standard.
All right. So I'm going to repeat what I believe you would like to see. You would like for Mr. Aragon to have visitation from 9 to 5 on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Saturdays, and 9 to 5 on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Sundays from August 1st, 2022 until your daughter is 1.5. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then from the time that she is 1.5 to the time that she is 2, you would like for him to have visitation from 9 a.m. on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Saturday to 6 p.m. on the following Sunday. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
And then from the time that she is 2 to the time that she is 3, you would like for him to have visitation from 6 p.m. on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Friday until 6 p.m. on the following Sunday. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then you would like for the standard possession order to begin after she turns 3?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you explain to the court why you would like that visitation schedule?
Just, I mean, that's what we've been doing right now. He's been taking her from 9 to 5. That's something that we've been following right now. I mean, during the week, I tell him he's free to come see her whenever he wants, but apparently he has work to do and stuff. So his only off time right now, it's the weekends.
All right. I have no further questions and pass this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Barroso, how old was Scarlett when you first allowed her, Mr. Victor Aragon, to have unsupervised visitation with her?
Like during the day?
Yeah, the first time you were okay with sending your daughter to stay to be with her father.
I don't remember. Was she 3-4 months?
It was
Wait,
Mr.
sir.
Aragon,
Wait.
Mr. Aragon, let her testify. You'll get the chance.
Hold on, because I mean, I have to go back to the text when I actually.
You believe
I
she was
remember.
like about 3 to 4 months.
Because I would take, like, I will take her, like, I'll meet him up, but I was with her for a couple of times before he actually took her.
Okay. Do you recall the very first time that he took her for the day?
No, but I could go back.
Ms. Williams, are you there?
I'm here. Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Barroso, what about do you recall, have you ever given Mr. Aragon the opportunity to have overnight visitation?
One night, because he kept bothering me, why can't she spend the night? And by this time I was living with a friend, which she was helping me out because I was working. And I even told him, like, you're free to come to the house and see her, but he said he'd rather not step foot in that house. So he didn't see her for the first 3 months at all. It was just pictures.
You
And then whenever he asked,
objection asked and answered, Your Honor.
he kept bothering me. Like,
Sustained.
why?
Ma'am, wait a minute. Just answer the question that's asked, okay?
Okay.
All right.
You testify you allowed Scarlett to go overnight with her father. Was it from a Saturday to Sunday?
Correct.
And did he pick Scarlett up from you?
He did.
And then he brought her back to you at the time you all agreed upon?
Correct.
And do you recall what month that visitation happened in?
Like I said, I gotta go back on my text.
Does May sound about right, or holiday weekend?
Give me a second. I mean, I have everything on here.
Okay. Since that overnight visitation, has Mr. Aragon wanted to have additional visitation with his daughter?
For overnight?
Yes.
No.
Have you allowed him to have day visits with her?
I have.
And he would drive to your house to pick up your daughter?
We'll meet up at a gas station or a movie theater.
Okay, is that a halfway point?
No,
Okay, is it closer to you or closer to him?
it was closer to my house just because he wouldn't pick her up from my house or where I was staying from.
When he gives Scarlett back to you, is she clean, good spirits, how you gave her to him?
Yes, and I will provide everything to him.
And has he provided, however, when he does have her clothes and formula for when he's with her?
He just started doing that because I was giving him everything she was needing whenever he will take her for those few hours.
Okay, but at some point in time, we've already stipulated to the fact that he has provided formula for you, though.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Do you believe it's in your daughter's best interest for her to have a relationship with her father?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. I've been telling
And
him.
you trust Mr. Aragon to take care of your daughter while she's in his care?
I mean, as long as he has communication with me.
Objection, Your Honor, to ask the question. Answer the question, please.
Repeat the question again, Ms. Williams.
Do you trust Mr. Aragon to take care of your daughter?
Yes.
Where currently do you live?
It's a townhome.
What side of town is that on?
I don't know, is it southeast?
And how far is that from Mr. Aragon's home, if you know?
I mean, he's been taking about 45, 50 minutes to get here.
Okay, so he's willing to continue to make that drive. Are you okay with him continuing to do pick up and drop us from your house?
Yes.
Why are you not willing to allow him to have a shorter day visit period of possession?
A shorter visit
Yeah,
or
like
long?
you're asking the court that the only day visits for the next year and a half.
Correct, because that's what we've been.
That's because the reason is because of what now?
That's what we've been doing so far we've been agreeing to.
Do you believe that your daughter could benefit from Mr. Aragon having longer periods of possession with her and not just limited to that period of possession?
I mean, no, because I mean, he was gone for 2 months.
Do you believe she can benefit from being with her father for longer periods of possession?
No,
And why do you believe that she cannot benefit from that?
I mean, we've been on this schedule. Like it hasn't been any difference.
Okay. Are you only willing to allow Mr. Aragon to see her for that period of possession?
No, we talked about this too.
So any other access that he would have to the child, you want to be able to decide when that would be?
Correct.
Nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Ms. Yoff?
I have no questions, Your Honor. I'll pass this witness as well.
All right, call your next witness.
I'd like to call Mr. Aragon. Mr.
Yes.
Aragon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Mr. Aragon, what sort of visitation would you like to have with Scarlett at this point in time?
At this point in time, I would like to spend as much time as possible with her. I don't believe every other weekend, a few hours a day, it's enough time for me to bond with my daughter. I believe that at this point, my daughter's 6 months old. She's starting to know people a little more, get adjusted to people. So I want her to know me since this early stage. I don't believe that, every other weekend for a few hours. You got to keep in mind, I do have a 2-hour commute. Now we're going, now we're coming back. That takes 2 hours out of, I don't know, from 9 to 5, is it what, 8 hours? So that leaves me with 6 hours
Mhm.
roughly to spend time with my daughter. By the time I get home, feed her, she takes a nap, probably feed her again, change her. It's time for me to get ready and leave again. I honestly don't think that's enough time for me to spend time with my daughter. Again, I don't see a problem. I mean, I can't take care of her. I mean, she's eating now. I can feed her. She gave me her schedule. I try to follow her schedule. I'm not trying to change her diet. So I try to communicate when it comes to that. So I'm trying to make sure everything's for the best interest of the baby, of course. So I try to keep her the same schedule, everything. So
All right. Thank you, Mr. Aragon.
I just
So
don't think it's enough.
Thank you. My next question is, if the court were to order a phased possession schedule, what do you think that phased possession schedule should look like?
Well, I think for me to spend time with my daughter, it shouldn't be a schedule to begin with. Unfortunately, I'm not.
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive. I'd like to
every day.
rephrase my question.
Unfortunately,
Okay. Mr. Aragon, did you hear the schedule Ms. Barroso explained when she testified?
correct. I did.
And did you hear how she moved from day visits to a single overnight to a full weekend?
Yeah, after 2 years.
Correct. Now, if we were forced to have a stepped possession schedule like that, what would you want the phases to be? Would you want day visits followed by one weekend, followed by one overnight, followed by a full weekend, or something different?
I would like to get extended. If you're asking me, I would like to get extended visitations.
Do you want,
but-
I'm sorry, objection non-responsive? I'll
Okay.
rephrase my question.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do you want to start with a day visit on Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth weekends?
No, I
Okay.
want to be able to stay with her at least one overnight.
Okay, so would it be fair to say that if you had to phase in, you want the first phase to be 9 a.m. on Saturday to 6 p.m. on Sunday?
Correct.
First, third, and fifth weekends?
Correct. At minimum, yes.
Okay, and how long would you want that first phase to last?
As short as possible. I don't know what. Again, if you're asking me,
Mhm.
there shouldn't be a time limit. I mean, I think that should be automatic. I am the father. I want to be part of her life.
Yes.
So
All
if
right.
you ask me that question, and I think at the most 3 months, and that's me. I have to whatever
Okay.
the judge decides. I
So,
have to do it.
so if you were forced and you had no choice, you would say 3 months from 9 a.m. on Saturday to 6 p.m. on Sunday?
Correct.
Is that fair?
Correct.
And then if you were forced and your next phase was 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Sunday, how long would you want that to last?
Again, 6 months max.
Okay, thank you. And would you like the standard possession order after that?
I would like to have extended possession. picking up Thursday, dropping off Monday. If that's what it is, I'm not sure what the standard is. I'm not familiar with this process. So
Did you have an opportunity to review the standard possession order before we came to court today?
I did, ma'am. But
Okay.
I think that,
All
if I'm not mistaken,
Thank
I
you.
understood
You've
it was
answered the
Friday.
question. Thank you. So are you saying that you would want to exercise the under 50 miles periods of possession from age 3 going forward? You would pick your child up from the time school lets out, first, third, and fifth Fridays, and keep your child until the time school begins the following Monday. And then every Thursday during the school year, have your child from the time school is released till school resumes on Friday morning?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams, do you have any questions for your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Aragon, were you present when Scarlett was born?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And have you attended all of Scarlett's doctor's appointments?
Not all of them, ma'am. I've gone to 3,
3.
if I'm not mistaken. I just went to the last one. Yes, I've gone to 3. The other ones I was working, so I couldn't go. But I mean, I went to her first one. I missed the second one, and then I went to the third one.
Okay. When was your first unsupervised visitation with Scarlett?
In March.
And that was 2 months after she was born?
That's correct.
And how long did that visit last?
Pretty much all day. Well, she had told me to take her back at a certain time, but then an incident happened, so she asked me to keep her longer, and I did. Of course, to me, it was better. There's more time with my daughter.
Okay.
Then I did the same thing next day. But yeah.
So you've had her all day at mom's request before.
Correct.
And when was your first overnight visitation with Scarlett?
Memorial weekend.
And did you go pick her up from her mother's house?
Yes, I did. Well, where she was living at that time.
And what day did you pick her up?
Oh, it was Saturday morning. I don't recall what day it landed. It was the end of May, 20-something.
And when did you take her back?
Sunday night, Sunday evening.
Have you had an overnight visitation with her since?
No, I asked, but I was denied.
Was it granted to you?
No, it wasn't.
Since that time, have you had multiple unsupervised day visits with Scarlett?
Yes, I have.
And would you drive to Ms. Barrosa's residence or wherever she was staying to pick her up?
Wherever she was staying, I would drive like maybe, I think it's like 5 blocks away from there at a gas station.
Okay. And you
Now,
just answer my question, and then if I need to clarify, we'll clarify. Okay. And then you would take Scarlett back to your home.
Right.
And how far would that commute usually be one way?
One way, it's from where she lives now, it's 55 minutes. From she lived before, it was 40 minutes, 45, depending on traffic, one way.
And you're asking the court today for as much visitation as the court will grant you.
Correct.
And do you believe it's in your daughter's best interest for you to have overnight visitation as ordered by the court immediately?
I believe so, yes.
And when you have Scarlett at your home, is your family there at home?
Yes, they're here. Yes,
So
everybody's here.
Scarlett has met your other children,
Yes,
and she's met your wife.
correct.
Okay. And does everybody participate in feeding her and placing her to putting her down for a nap and changing her?
Yes, they actually, it's funny because they take her away from me as soon as I bring her. And I'm like, can I have back? I need to spend time. Of course, we're all together, but I want to spend more time with her. But my daughter takes her away from me, or just Everybody wants to be with Scarlett.
Okay. And there was a point in time over the last few months you didn't see Scarlett.
I did. It was back in June for a month and 2 weeks.
Was it because you did not want to see her?
No, ma'am. It was
Okay.
no.
Allow me to. And have there been issues with Miss Barroso giving you access to Scarlett?
Yes, because she always I'll have to work around her schedule basically. So if it's not convenient for her, then I'm screwed basically.
So you're asking the court for a very comprehensive visitation schedule that will leave no room for error or wiggle room for Ms. Barossa to decide when you get your daughter.
Correct.
And you believe it's in your daughter's best interest to have that type of visitation?
Because she needs her dad just as she needs her mom.
Okay. So preferably you would like to start out standard visitation out the gate.
Correct.
Is Scarlett breastfeeding as far as you know?
No, she's not.
Okay. And you make her bottle?
Yes, I do.
Right.
And her food.
Okay. So ideally you would like standard visitation, beginning immediately. But if the court doesn't grant
Correct.
it, you're okay with one overnight every first, third, and fifth Saturday to Sunday to start out. And you will be okay with that being in place?
Yeah, it's funny. That's what the court wants then.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And if the court doesn't give standard visitation, you would like to make sure that Thanksgiving and Christmas is addressed as well.
Correct.
Nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Ms. Barroso, you have any questions for Mr. Aragon?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Seoff, you have any more witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams, do you have any more witnesses?
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, court finds it's in best interest of the child to have the father have modified possession and access as follows. On the first, third, and fifth Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. until the child is 12 months old. Thereafter, on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. the following Sunday until the child is 18 months old. Thereafter, on the first, third, and fifth Fridays from 6 p.m. until 6 p.m. Sunday until the child is 24 months old. Thereafter, the standard possession. All of the stipulations are approved. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Seoff?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Zoom kicked me out just as you were about to read your ruling. Would you mind repeating it for me?
All right. On first, third, and fifth Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. until the child is 12 months old. Thereafter, on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. the following Sunday, until the child is 18 months old. Thereafter, on the first, third, and fifth Fridays from 6 p.m. until 6 p.m. Sunday, until the child is 24 months old. And thereafter, the standard possession order will apply.
All right. Thank you,
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor.
if I may, can we put some provisions for Christmas and maybe Thanksgiving for this year only?
No, no,
Okay.
I'm not. It would just make it too complicated on that. The mother, obviously, Miss Williams, you can advise your client, and I'll advise Ms. Barroso. You don't have to follow this schedule if you can agree to something else. You understand what I'm saying, Ms. Barroso?
Yes, sir.
If you can't agree on something else, you have to follow the schedule. So when it comes time for the holidays or whatever, you can agree to, Christmas or Thanksgiving or some period of time if you wish to allow that. If you see things are doing well, I would encourage it, but that's going to be up to you. Otherwise, if you can't agree, it's going to have to be the way I set out.
Okay. Well, and pick up and drop off? Where
A
the location?
standard pickup and drop off.
Okay.
I think Ms. Barroso said there's not a problem with him picking up the child at your house. Is that correct, Ms. Barroso?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's just standard.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
And Victor, I'm gonna give you a call.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
All
We
right.
will likely be moved into a breakout room so that we can update and sign the order.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Are we dealing with the Salas case now?
Yes, Judge, once the mother connects, that's a AOP challenge issue on adding a baby to this case. It looks like she hasn't connected her audio yet.
All right.
And then Kavita, I believe, has a hearing as well.
No, we're not going to have a hearing right after that. We're going to have lunch break.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh, it's a default. Is that correct? Mr. Regla, the hearing you're referencing is a default?
The one that I'm going to have for a challenge to acknowledgement of paternity is by default. The mother is the only one here in my case.
Well, yeah, we can do that. I thought you were talking about some type of a drawn out hearing.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
On this case, only the mother is present, right? By video?
Yes, Ms. Avalos, can you turn on your video and your microphone, please?
Yes.
She's present now, Judge.
And the father?
He is not present, Judge. He was served, did not make an appearance.
All right, this is called number 2015-24732 in the interests of Selenia and Jesus Avalos. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
My name is Karina Avalos, and I'm the mother.
All right, representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Luis Reglo.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent, Noe Salas, Mr. Salas was personally served on May 7th at 10:42 a.m. at 90 North Point Drive, apartment 1202 in Houston, Harris County, Texas.
Yes, Judge.
And he has not made an appearance or filed an answer.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, what are we doing today then?
Judge, we're approaching, this is an added baby case where the new child is through an acknowledgement of paternity. However, the father repeatedly denies that he is a biological father and makes allegations like that against his mother and the child. And rather than continuing to have to deal with that type of abuse, the mother's requesting, can we just go ahead and do paternity testing to answer that question once and for all? So the child doesn't have to deal with that going forward.
Is this on just one child?
Just the new child, yes, Judge, only on Jesus Neo Salas Avalos.
What is the reset date?
We're requesting that the testing date be November 16th, Judge.
That's not the testing date. That's a reset date.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's correct. The return date. Yes, Judge. For November
11,
16th.
11/16.
Yes, Judge.
All right, then DNA testing is ordered for the child, Jesus Neo Salas Alvalo. And the case is reset to November 16, 2022. Anything further?
That's all, Judge.
All right.
And Maria, if you can hear me, can Ms. Avalos be placed in an individual room? I'll meet with her in just a bit. I'll be right with you, Ms. Avalos.
So is Mr. Rodriguez this is the Fuentes case?
Judge, I'll step down. I'm not sure if my custodial parent is here.
Isabel Serrato is here.
I thought I just did that one, Maria. That was the case you had pulled up previously.
Maria, the one that's labeled Rodriguez is actually my case.
Okay, which case are we doing right now, Ms. Sharma?
I have Jonathan Dreamer and Isabel Serrato, Your Honor,
Okay.
and that's who's on the line. It's labeled as Fatima Rodriguez.
Yeah, this one was already done. Schumer, did you say, Ms. Sharma? Ms. Sharma, you said Schumer?
Dreamer, Dreamer, Judge.
Hold on a minute. What's the cause number, Ms. Sharma?
2021-72946.
Dreamer, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, this is code number 2021-72946 in the interest of Sabrina Dreamer. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Isabel Serrato, and that is my daughter.
All right,
And the mother.
okay, representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Kavita Sharma.
Yes.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Jonathan Dreamer. Mr. Dreamer was served under Rule 106 on May 4th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. at 1606 San Francisco, San Antonio, Bexar County, Texas. And he has not filed an answer or made an appearance, Ms. Sharma.
That is correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge. I would like to call the mother, Miss Isabel Serrato.
Yes.
Miss Serrato, are you currently married?
No, ma'am.
And who is the father of your child?
Jonathan Dreamer.
And that's for Sabrina Dreamer, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking, how do you know that Mr. Dreamer is the father of the child?
He was there in the labor and delivery room, and he signed the birth certificate.
And are you asking the court to name him as the biological father of Sabrina Mia Dreamer?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to appoint you and Mr. Dreamer as joint managing conservators of the child?
Yes, ma'am.
And where does Mr. Dreamer currently reside?
1606 San Francisco, San Antonio, Texas.
And you live in Harris County, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order that you maintain the child's primary residence without regard to geographic location?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you ever had to call the police to intervene if there's been some domestic violence between you and Mr. Dreamer?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that within the last 2 years?
Yes.
Because of that, are you asking the court to allow pickup and drop off for the standard visits at the Exxon gas station located at 308 Kessler Avenue in Schulenburg, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you and Mr. Dreamer previously exchanged a child at this location?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're asking for that to continue, correct?
Yes.
Have you and Mr. Dreamer previously resided in the same household?
Yes.
Approximately when did you separate?
Late last year, August, towards the end of August of 2021, last year.
Okay, and do you currently know where Mr. Dreamer is employed?
No, as of right now, I don't.
Do you know if he has any other children?
Yes, I'm guessing, well, from what I was told from him, but I don't know if it's true or not. I cannot confirm or deny that.
Okay, and how is your child covered under health insurance?
Medicaid.
And do you agree to maintain that health insurance for your child?
Yes,
And do you agree to pay half of any uncovered medical expenses?
yes,
And you understand that since we don't have wage information from Mr. Dreamer, that the court is going to order support based on the minimum wage guideline?
yes,
And are you asking the court to order medical support in the amount of $57 beginning September 1 of this year?
yes,
And are you asking the court to order current child support in the amount of $217 beginning September 1 of 2022?
yes, ma'am.
And did you say earlier that you all ceased living together or separated around August 27th of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And since that date, has Mr. Dreamer provided any direct financial support to help with the expenses for the child?
No,
Are you going to ask the court to order back support in the amount of $2,821?
yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court set a payout for this back support at $64 a month beginning September 1?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to bill court costs to Mr. Dreamer?
What would that mean?
I'm doing.
Would you want to pay court costs or would you want Mr. Dreamer to pay court costs?
Oh, Mr. Dreamer.
And have you reviewed and signed this order today?
Yes,
Do you believe it's in the best interest of your child?
yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Serrato. Judge, I pass this witness.
Did we discuss the non-disclosure
Oh,
paragraph?
yes, Judge. Ms. Serrato, going back to the time when you had to contact the police,
Mhm.
was Mr. Dreamer arrested?
No, ma'am.
And are you afraid that if he knows where you live, him coming to your house could cause you or the child abuse, harm, or harassment?
Yes,
And are you asking the court to keep your address confidential from him and continue pickup and drop off at the location in Schulenburg, Texas, the Exxon gas station?
yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Judge, I now pass this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, may we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Serrato, you're free to go. Have a great day.
All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Ah. Give me the,
Yes, Judge.
Is the mother?
Miss Madison
There she
Beal,
is. Okay, yeah. She needs to, you need to unmute yourself, Miss Bill.
Miss Beal, if you can press *6, it'll take off mute.
Can
All
you hear
right,
me?
yes, this is cause number 2021-83400. In the interest of Allison and Brandon Harrison, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Madison Brianne Bill, and I'm the mother to Allison Harrison and Brandon Harrison.
All right, and representing the state of Texas Attorney General's office.
Luis Regla.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Kyle David Harrison. Mr. Harrison was personally served on January 12th, 2022 at 7:05 a.m. at 5011 Creekside Avenue in Baytown, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer or made an appearance, Mr. Regla.
That's correct, Judge.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Judge. I'm getting some signal issues, so I'm gonna turn my video off while I present the case. That's fine with the judge.
All right.
And Judge, in this case, we also had a presumed father that we are submitting a order of non-parent adjudication of non-parentage, so he can be removed from this case with the DNA testing results. We'll submit that separately from this order today.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Yes, Judge.
There's no indication in this order that there was a presumed father.
No, Judge, the petition that we filed included the presumed father. He appeared and did a separate adjudication of non-parentage. And so today we're just proceeding with this non-custodial parent, Mr. Harrison, and the mother in this case, Ms.
All right.
Beal.
Okay, let's proceed.
Thank you, Judge. And Ms. Beal, did you hear the explanation to the judge just now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and in fact, we already do have paternity testing results showing that Mr. Harrison is a true biological father, of Allison, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and for the other child, for Brandon, we already did acknowledgement of paternity, showing that Mr. Harrison is the true biological father of Brandon. Is that also correct?
Yes.
Okay, so going forward, ma'am, are you in agreement that the court should appoint you and the father in this case as joint managing conservators, with you having the right to determine where the children live within Harrison surrounding counties?
Yes.
Are you fine with the standard possession order going forward, so the father can see the children under the standard guideline visit schedule?
Yes.
Okay, and apart from the two children in this case, there are no other children that Mr. Harrison is obligated to support. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And in fact, is it true that his average monthly gross income is approximately $3,640 for Mr. Harrison per month?
Yes, that is correct.
And in fact, he's also admitted to you that that's his income. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in what form did he tell you that? How did he tell you that?
Through text message.
Okay, and you know that the text messaging came from his phone number specifically?
Yes, it is from his phone number directly.
And that's the phone that you used to communicate with him about the children, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And in the court order for today, we're proposing that the court continue to medicate, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
In fact, that is the insurance, that is a plan that your children are on right now?
Yes.
And we're asking for that to continue going forward with the father to pay $164 a month beginning September 1st, 2022, and monthly thereafter for medical support. Is that correct?
Yes.
That would give a guideline net income of approximately $2,907.37, and 25% being the guideline child support we apply to that. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that would result in child support of $727 per month beginning September 1st, 2022. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And in addition, for retroactive support, you're requesting that go back to May 14th of 2018. Is that correct?
Yes.
Since that time, we'll be able to verify. Part of that is based on unemployment, and part of that is based, on the minimum wage. And then the rest of that is based on information that his employer actually reported directly to the state of Texas for calculating guideline retroactive child support. Is that also true?
Yes.
And using guideline child support for retroactive support, it would total $15,796 with the corresponding monthly payment of $83 a month beginning September 1st, 2022, and monthly thereafter. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
You're requesting non-disclosure as to a third party, nothing to do with Mr. Harrison. Is that correct?
Yes, nothing to do with Mr. Harrison.
Okay, so if your information were published in this order, you believe that that other third party may pose the risk of harassment or abuse or threats against you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, how are you perfectly fine sharing that information with Mr. Harrison in this case? Is that true?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? You broke
Yes.
up a little bit.
Yes, your address and phone number, you're fine sharing that with Mr. Harrison. Is that true?
Yes, I'm completely fine sharing that with Mr. Harrison.
Okay. And do you believe that this court order today is in the best interest of your two children?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and asking the court to approve this default order. Are you asking the court to approve this order, ma'am?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Judge, I'll pass this witness at this time.
All right, court will take notice of the DNA test report that's in the court's file, which would indicate that the alleged father, Kyle Harrison, is not included as the biological father of the tested child, Allison Harrison. Court will approve the order as submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.